It never made sense to me that we grew up watching a smart, caring young man chase a woman who literally shit on him every single chance she got, every fucking day. Steve wasn't creepy. Laura let it be known that she liked his attention. Steve was always hitting on the bitch, but he had lines he wouldn't cross. He wrote a story about her that had them as the protagonists. He didn't even have them end up together out of respect and saving it for what happens in real life. He felt guilty when he walked in on her showering, accidentally. He defended her when the bully spread rumors about her sleeping with him, knowing that he's going to get his ass kicked. He looked for Laura's childhood doll in the city dump and presented it as a gift. And when Steve finally got over her and stopped hitting on her, she got jealous that she wasn't the object of his affections and let him know that she missed his constant attention. She made it quite known she preferred his alter ego, Stefan, over him, Stefan, to where she broke his transformation chamber with him in it. So he'd be stuck as Stefan, so he can date her. Also, when he invented Love Potion, he didn't take advantage of Laura when she was in an altered state. That's right. Wasn't until Stefan came around that she was all in. Or was she? She cheated on Stefan with Curtis. Acts so innocent with it. Like they did something to her. She only settled for Steve because he's just the closest thing she can get to Stefan. She made him change his whole DNA. Finally gets with Stefan, cheats on him with Curtis. And Stefan still likes her. I stopped watching when they introduced Stefan. Stefan's a fake. That character introduction was so fucking insulting whenever he interacted with Laura. And when Stefan accidentally reverts back to Steven on a date, instantly Laura gets depressed. The man's right in front of you. He just turned back into a geek. She was a shallow person. Couldn't see Steve below the surface. That Stefan storyline was so irritating. Now, if I was Steve, I would have stayed with Myra and left that bitch Laura. How many times did that bitch say she don't like you? No means no, nigga. But he wasn't a creep. He was someone who appreciated a family he always wanted. A family who took their own for granted. And he showed them why they should appreciate one another. The fact that he loved a stuck-up narcissist little witch made no sense. He was the nicest character on the show, apart from the grandma. And Greta, he was always a gentleman. Even willing to set that witch up on dates with niggas that she likes. What about all the time Steve was bullied by her boyfriends? Other students. Laura never did anything. Once Steve was teaching a class and the students were harassing him, Laura just sat there. Yet she says she's Steve's friend. And even lectures Eddie about being a bad friend. She was so bitchy. Especially to Steve. Everyone acts like she's so nice and a great person. But she's a shallow, rude witch. Myra was so much better. I don't get why Steve was so obsessed with Laura. Even when he went to great lengths to be the perfect guy, she still started whining and complaining. Nothing was good enough for her. Laura sold her grandmother's quilt for $300. Sometimes she was justified, but mostly she was bitchy and selfish. Even towards her own family and friends. Yeah, she was pretty bad.
Underground funk hoe.
You know those?